Data drives decisions in today's cattle business. And today we're featuring a company that makes data collection and data management their business, the Datamars livestock folks. And with me now is Mr. Cliff Cobb. Mr. Cobb, tell us just a little bit about Datamars livestock and some of the products you all offer.
Well, Datamars, the company, has been in identification products for a very long time. Started out in textile identification, and of course what everybody in this venue knows us for is livestock identification. The two biggest brands that Datamars have are, of course, the Z-Tag brand, as well as the Temple Tag brand in the feedlot products. Now, recently, about 36 months ago, Datamars acquired TrueTest, and TrueTest was into single animal electronic scales, the biggest name in single animal electronic scales, as well as electric fencing and water tanks. So with the merger of those two companies, you've got a great identification system along with the scales and the data collection. So we really have a very complete system for managing your livestock, both data collection and animal management, as far as the weight management and the water management and the fencing to manage forage.
Interesting. Now, if somebody wants to either improve their current data collection and management capabilities, or maybe they haven't even begun taking individual animal weights, tell us about some of the products that they might want to consider.
Okay, we're standing in a good place to talk about that. And there's so many ways to start, and as you know, Kevin, there's so much emphasis on it. Single animal identification and management that it's really a good time to talk about it. So if you wanted to start off with something basic, this S3 unit up here is our most basic system. It will catch you just a weight on the animal, and you can record that manually and take it back and use it at your office. But it also coincides with an app, and that app, you can send it to the app, and then from the app you can send it to your PC or anywhere you'd like to send it. So that's your most basic system. Past that, over here we have a couple other units. The 7i, which
this is the one that I have, and that's a great unit.
It's a great unit. So with this one, you bring into it EDI. So you get your animal weight plus the ability to record EDI at the same time. So that's a step up from here. And then over here, the last unit, this is the XR 5000. It is almost like a ruggedized laptop that you can attach to the side of your chute. So this one will record up to 1 million head of livestock. You can record up to 100 different data fields. So you think about it, if you want to record the cow that's in there, you can also record her calves, the last few calves. So that cow comes into the chute, and you look at that cow and you see the last 3 calves and their weaning weight on the screen at the same time. Yeah. If that cow's doing a great job, we're going to continue her on. But if we look and see, hey, that cow is aging and her weaning weights are going down, that may be the perfect time to kind of sort her out into the sort pen to be marketed. But when you do that in combination with the stick readers, so that when that animal comes in, you scan that animal's ear tag, and all of her data comes up on the screen of this scale. So you'll have everything that you need to know about that animal right there in front of you, so that you can make management decisions. If you're doing a medication regime, that will also be recorded, so you'll know what that cow's had, when she's had it, keep up with withdrawals. I mean, the options are endless. You can do as little or as much as you want to do.
So before you get away, I do want to ask you about some of the electric fencing you mentioned. I know we did some beardless barley this spring to try to manage through the drought, and did some intensive grazing of that. Tell us about some of your solutions relative to electric fencing.
Well, with electric fencing, we have 2 brands. We have the Patriot, which is more of a value brand, and then probably for this crowd, you're looking at the SpeedRite brand, which is for what we say is the full-time producer trying to make a living out there. You want a unit with more features, and we have every gadget and widget ever known to man as far as electric fence. You can use this for so many things. I mean, if you're, in Texas where I've come from, the wild hog problem is a terrible thing, and it destroys thousands of acres every year. So it can be used for exclusion of those type of pests, but also for inclusion, keeping your cattle in. Electric fence more than anything is a mental barrier. And as anybody that has come into contact with electric fence, it is truly a mental barrier. But we have a lot of people using it to stretch forage. Maybe you're doing some intensive grazing in your part of the country where you get plenty of rainfall. You're doing that to try to stretch that forage and try to get more out of it. Or maybe you're cutting some crop areas off and trying to graze those for a while and get something out of those, or whether it's wheat pasture or whatever. But electric fencing just offers so many ways to manage your forage.
From information management to data collection and data management, Datamars has you covered. And if you want more information, Go to livestock.datamars.com.